one crucial 5-second arrow on Drow. I guess they have a swap to get him out of harm's way, but that's if Avenge is not in the right place at the right time, it's just like they lose that engagement and then they can't fight anymore. So it can be a very, very devastating ability to have to deal with. But that's even in the mid game without setups. Like you're right, with Kuroki setting things up with Rubik Lift, could be very, very good for the laning stage.
Yeah, this is already looking pretty solid coming out from Secret. I love their draft. For Alliance, again, we talked about it. They're a bit squishy. I mean, people throw around the term tank all the time in like that 2K MMR bracket, and we need a tank, we need somebody out front. But in this situation, I think it's deservedly so. They don't have anybody. I mean, they have a Batrider to jump into lasso, but other than that, they're really relying on Swap. They're relying on Gust. They're relying on Windrun, maybe even in Shackle Shot, and that's difficult. Kuroki could just he could lift somebody up easily. Brew could clap. There's a lot that you have to deal with for your Alliance right now, and it's important to note, by the way, we thought for sure this was going to be, well, at least I thought for sure this was going to be a Zai Brewmaster, but they're playing the Phantom Lancer safe lane for Zai here, the solo safe PL as it were, and that might change based on what they see up here at the top rune spot, but this might be the most interesting thing we've seen in a long time. A lot of people have been clamoring for that Zai offlane PL. They might see it, although in a safe lane scenario.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they switch things up here for Alliance now, and just, I don't know, because Drow in lane is, once you get levels, it can be very, very devastating because the supports are always almost range, and then they do a lot of auto attack damage. I think the reason why they're doing this is because they want to put the Phantom Lancer against the Bat, because I'm pretty sure that the Doppelganger gets rid of all the stacks of your sticky napalm.
Yeah, it works. We talked about this last time when we saw PL, you and I. We talked. It works like a Mantis Cell, I believe. Or yeah. I talked about it with somebody. I'm pretty sure it was you, though.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good way to like you're never going to be in harm's way of the Firefly because it's never going to do enough damage.
Yeah.
I mean, if not even just getting rid of or dispelling all of the charges of the sticky napalm, but just getting out of the way of the Firefly itself, it's a 2-for-1 special.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's going to be able to stand in CS down in this bottom lane. Mid lane, there is going to be a rotation coming in. Arrow hits onto Pycat from Puppey, and they'll get the kill. Huge last race from Arteezy. If he had missed that race, he was out of mana. There's no way they're getting the kill. They secure it with a big arrow coming out. He does this every time he finds arrows at random. He's going to head top, and he's going to look for the same thing. Will he find his second kill? Let's find out.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this should be a kind of... On paper, it should be a difficult lane for Secret, and it's kind of interesting that they really want to go aggro. Like I said, they want to put this PL against Spat, but once they get the levels up onto Alliance, like these ranged heroes are going to auto-attack nicely. I hear an arrow, but it's going to hit a creep.
Down bottom, Firefly and Zai, one sticky napalm stack. He doppelgangered, and he might have had more. I'm not sure, but he had one stack at the end of that, so I'm pretty sure, yeah, he had 6, so good on mop packs we're seeing. It does get rid of it. He will Spirit Lance Nikwa and Zai trading a lot of hits. Meanwhile, Arteezy is diving mid. He has the ranged raise ready to go, but Pycat will run away and actually get to safety. This is a... Arrow's going to come through, just missing Pycat. Not measured enough for Puppey. He didn't get out his compass. Wasn't able to find the right line. Good try coming out from the Mirana, the blue player, and Puppey will head back to the top lane.
The blue player.
Listen, man, you said it the other day, and I got into it. I don't know, man. It's a thing now.
Yeah, mid is one. Like, mid is definitely one. Pycat has 1 CS.
Arteezy has a double damage rune. It's, oh my god, it's certainly one. Dear lord.
The thing is on paper, this matchup should be pretty decent for Pycat, just because Wind Ranger is, like I said, one of the better laners in mid and just in general. And then you have the Drow Ranger to boot, or Drow Ranger Aura to boot, but that first blood just really set the tone for this mid lane and really set things back here for Pycat.
Yeah, I mean, Pycat, he was actually harassing Arteezy pretty well within the first creep wave, but that arrow really, really killed him. I mean, it really took him out of the lane. And so Arteezy will continue to get CS. He's up to 14. We've talked about how it is where he doesn't get farm and he can head to the jungle, but now he has farm and he can still head to the jungle. And they're not dealing with that at all. There's an arrow onto Mad, beautifully done from Puppey. He somehow finds these arrows like it's nobody's business, and he'll clarity up. He'll rotate back mid. He's kind of making his home at this top hemisphere of the map. So down bottom, Phantom Rush coming up from Zai, looking for Nikwa. Doppelganger to get in front, does not body block with the illusions. Oh man. The skill cap Meanwhile, Loda, arrow's gonna connect from downtown. It snipes him out. He goes down. S4 has clap in 5. Croaky has Fade Bolt in 1. They don't need it. The right click. This game so far is a disaster, and Secret are giving it to Alliance right now. Puppey gets a double kill. A double kill for a support Mirana, sniping out, KSing almost with that Sacred Arrow, which wasn't even needed.
Yeah, that's the scary thing, is like this Drow Ranger's dying without Potom even really being there. Like, yeah, the arrow hit and that was nice, but I don't think they even needed it. And then once they turn their attention to the Visage too, this Visage has 0 armor and is very, very slow. At 285 movement speed, no boots, one of the slower supports in the game. So, I mean, on paper, this lane is not that bad because they're 3 range heroes. Obviously, Venture, not the most effective range hero. His range is pretty low. But if they can close the gap with any kind of lift into Stomp, which I imagine is what happened, it can be easy to get the kill.
And they keep putting the pressure on. Yeah, and I mean, Visage, I mean, he has a lot of damage, but he's only level 2, and you have to, like, Visage has mana issues now. The big reason why it was such a factor is that he could spam out those spells. Bottom lane, Zai getting chased down. Nikwa does have a haste rune, that's huge. Zai should probably fall. He already used his doppelganger. He's gonna stick uphill. Spirit Lance might take down Nikwa with him. He's gonna bottle up. He'll survive that last tower hit. Not gonna do it. There's gonna be another one. He's gonna sit at 27 HP. He will survive, getting that kill. Finally, Alliance get on the board, but a lot of it costs as Nikwa has to head back home. He'll have to regen up, but getting up to 800 gold plus the bottle plus the boots, so maybe he can head to the jungle. However, they're not able to stack because Puppey is making sure nobody rotates over towards that tier 2 tower. Plus they have a sentry ward here blocking, I believe, this camp, the small camp. Arrow's gonna fly. Ake just gonna miss. Loda just misses. Misses almost every hero in that top lane. That arrow whizzed through.
Yep, they're gonna get Ake.
Telekinesis. They don't even need the arrow. We already talked about it. Fade Bolt, you talked about the telekinesis, big ability. And Loda's right-clicking Kuroki, but until he gets that level 6, his damage is minimal. And he only has 1 Wraith Band. He doesn't do that much damage. He has 17 last hits as well. What a top lane for Secret. Arrow not connecting. Puppey fishing again, just can't find it.
They're really putting a lot of attention to this top lane as far as vision and anti-vision. So he's placed 2 wards, 2 sentries to block this camp. It's not blocking now because it already respawned, but they started off putting a ward down here where Puppey is currently, but then they just put a ward behind the tower now too. So I think this is just a result of, okay, we didn't expect to win this lane, but because we are, now we're going to put our attention on it and really really cripple the resources. And that's exactly what's happening. Thank God for Alliance that Nikwa got that haste rune, because they were really suffering in all 3 of their lanes. And at least he was able to bounce back a little bit. He's still actually losing in CS just a little bit to the Phantom Lancer, so Zai doing very well bottom still. But we'll see if they can gank him now with this Visage.
Yeah, they have the last one out. It's level 6. Ake has his Soul Assumption. This should be an easy kill. He's going to use his doppelganger. They got to find the right one. That's it. Grave Shield's going to go, and he's going to fall. Spirit Lance goes, does a bit of damage. And that's a really good rotation from Ake securing that kill. Without it, last one, I'm not sure they secure it. Meanwhile, mid lane, Puppey fishing for another arrow. Matt's sitting around to help out Pycat, but he's not really going for CS. And all the while top lane was actually just a huge success for Secret, we have Arteezy, who's up to 58 CS at 7 minutes into the game. He's head to the jungle a couple of times, and he's also got this creep wave to work with. He is crushing it right now. Top lane, arrow onto Loda again. S4's going to come in with the clap. Nice match miss on the Kuroki. The Gust as well. Might save his life for a bit longer, but telekinesis or Fade Bolt should go out. They don't even need it. The right click, the 58 damage from the Rubik is enough. Zai taking a lot of damage bottom. Grave Shield up. He stays alive. He already used his doppelganger. He'll bottle up, and they're not going to die for the kill. They're afraid of TP rotations coming in from the rest of the squad, it looks like. Also, Nikwa is pretty low.
Yeah, the Panda plus Rubik combination's really, really strong. Like, typically when you think about trying to close the gap into a Drow, you're thinking about mid-game things like Batrider and Clockwork, but if you can just contest them this way by closing the gap in lane, I guess you can never get the chance to snowball. And actually, here comes Kuroki through the trees. This
might be a bit too aggressive. Yeah, they're going to throw up the telekinesis. They're going to throw up the split. Matt's trying to kill Kuroki on his own. He might get it done. Ake rotates in. Maybe to his death. They Cyclone up Loda, and Ake's probably just going to die to the boulder toss here. The right click of the flame cannon. Easy kill coming out. Meanwhile, Arteezy rotates up. They blow up Matt. He's looking for more. They're looking for Loda still. S4, no blink dagger. He can run and he can clap. They have Drunken Haze. No, doesn't have it. But Arteezy has the haste rune. There's going to be the one raise. Will they get in close enough for a second one? The right right click coming through. Clap comes out. They don't need the second raise. S4 gets a double kill, and they get it done. They're going to take this tower more than likely as well. RTZ, not only is he getting free farm, but he's feeding on heroes as well. This man is fat. You look at his net worth. He's 5,800, almost 6,000 net worth. And the next closest is going to be S4 on the Brewmaster with 3.6. Dear Lord.
He's got Yules and Treads and Aquila with Bottle at 8 minutes.
That's probably a record.
It's close. It's really, really devastating. This just shows you, just like, even if he didn't have a good start, the Shadow Fiend would still have a very timely, whatever it is he wants to buy. But they're playing really well. That was a really kind of questionable, I think, decision from the Venge to try to pursue that kill onto Rubik. He knew that he had stick charges.
Zai, what a shackle from Pycat. Zai should be dead. He does have Doppelganger. Power shot goes. He doesn't avoid it. Nice play from Pycat.
S4 in trouble, looks like up top. There's a stun up in 9 seconds.
He has...
Yeah, he's okay.
They had 4 heroes and they're not going to chase him down?
It just take too long. They had a lot of downtime for the stun on Venge, so they couldn't really chase. They really need to get this blink on Miqua. He's had a good game. He's pretty much the only person that's had a good game. I see an arrow. It's good. Almost hit
tower is under
the Venge full spirit right there. RTZ picks up his Yules there.
That's a pretty big timing. 9 minutes and 50 seconds. RTZ's got to continue to go to work. S4 and Kuroki, they rotate in. S4's almost got his Blink Dagger. Fastest Treads Yules on SF of all time. That's pretty big. And Puppey is going to be rotating around as well. He's on level 3, and now it looks like Alliance are just going to group up at Smoke. Smoke of Deceit gang coming up from Alliance.
Okay. Well, they don't have the Blink yet on Bat. It's actually still in base, so this is very curious to me. It's coming now,
I'm
but...
surprised they went without the Blink Dagger.
Yeah, now the Smoke is going to get revealed. Puppey just runs away. Okay.
He just leaps. It's that easy.
Yeah, it seems like a bit of a waste of the Smoke. He had his Blink Dagger. You could have just waited for that, but jumping the gun there. Unfortunately, he's going to miss out on some kills.
Yeah, it looks like Nico might be in trouble. He could Firefly to the high ground here, but he's getting Yules up. Arrow's going to sail through as well. It actually, he misses it. And well, they're going to raise him anyways. Still, nice play. Telekinesis onto Pycat. He does have Wind Run using it. Shackle Shot doesn't latch onto Puppey. Requiem getting canceled. RTZ only gets off the secondary raise as he dies, but they do get the kill onto the Wind Ranger. But that is a big pickup for Pycat. He got that kill before he died. And that is a lot of gold, I'm sure. Up to 1,000 now. Top lane, S4's alone. Blink Clap's gonna go Gust. He doesn't get it off in time. Loda's about to fall again. S4 is on a killing spree. Every hero on Secret is on a roll. They're going to work. And he might even get mad as well. The boulder toss coming through. S4 microing like a god. This guy might as well be a StarCraft player. Can't get the kill. Now he's gonna get last one. Actually in trouble. He has the Drunken Brawler. He also has a Stout Shield. Might not be tanky enough though. He's got Sticky Napalm Stacks. Big crit coming out. Gets the kill onto Med. S4 does go. He does end up falling, but he gets 2 kills in the process. And I mean, trades all over the place, and it feels like almost Secret are getting decent trades. Although I think Alliance did do okay there at the end of the day.
Well, I don't think that the Venge should have died there. He stood in range of Clap when they had him lassoed and he had stun ready, so he got a little bit greedy, wanted to stay in the vicinity for some extra damage, but died as a result. Pycat. Oop. Get a kill though on Zai, so bouncing back. Zai's up to 1 and 4, unfortunately, but still has some very good CS under his belt. But is giving up a couple of free ones. That was a really weird interaction there. RTZ with the Yules. Here comes the arrow as well. It does hit this time.
But they don't want to fight into this. There's so many heroes for Alliance. RTZ has to back up. The Frost arrow is going. He's going to try to Requiem. Moonlight Shadow's going to go, and Matt is in trouble. But there's the Soul Assumption. He's not dead yet. Raze doesn't kill Ake. Power Shot snipes him down. RTZ does get the double kill with a secondary raise. Nikwa and Loda both low, but... well, we might actually have some cleanup. S4 on the hunt, but they've already backed up. Alliance say, no, we don't want any part of this. And you know you are having a bad game for Loda if you have 3 Wraith Bands and no treads at 12 and a half, almost 13 minutes into the game. Kuroki might get ganked. Pycat hits the Shackle Shot. Power Shot is available. Doesn't even need it. Uses the Focus Fire easily. Pycat keeping this team afloat right now, it feels like, with the help of Nikwa and the Bat Rider.
Yeah, he's a very good Wind Ranger player. I've actually played with him several times in house games where he's played a lot of Wind Ranger. And he's very impressive on the hero. Just always seems to hit clutch shackles, and I just really feel for him this game because it was a relatively even matchup in mid just because he had the Drow Ranger aura. I mean, still, once Shadow Fiend hits his level 3 and level 5, it can be pretty hard once he can just raise out and Bottle Crow, but that gank, man, it's so devastating for a hero, any hero that goes up against a Shadow Fiend, because it's just an instant snowball effect.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see Pycat bounce back very nicely. Up to level 13, actually. He's the highest in the game.
Yeah, Loda will not be so lucky. He's on level 8. The arrow does miss. Not that it doesn't matter. Zai is able to secure that kill. That'll get him a bit more farm. And get Arteezy's Blink Dagger. Did that arrow actually hit Mad? It did. Are you kidding? The Spirit Lance, they're going to get 2 out of this. They really shouldn't have. Mad should have been able to back up, but he got hit by that arrow, who probably was not aiming for that in any stretch. And he still gets the double kill for Zai. You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, nice shot.
They get the big kill. Arteezy's actually died a lot recently, but now S4 is alone. Rotations down bottom. They're gonna try to help out their teammate. Pycat heading out. They want to cycle him. Can they get it off in time? Boulder Toss, long range. He did win run. The Spirit Lance, the arrow connects as well. Pycat's still in trouble. Clap goes through. Pycat finally goes down. The big nuisance to Secret. And they will get a pretty solid kill. Maybe even the Familiars as well. They're about to be out of Stone Gaze. Or Stone Form, rather. Phantom Rush, they don't go for it. S4 does blink, gets the clap, gets the kill onto both. And that's another extra 200 gold going their way.
Yeah, I feel like these supports are just fodder and just food for the Team Secret. Actually, this entire tri-lane. I mean, the entire tri-lane is 0 and, what is that, 13? So they've not had a good game at all. And the thing is these aren't very good bounce back heroes. Like, I guess Venge is okay once you get swapped, but he's still only level 5 at 15 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Visage at least has his birds, which are... Where are they, actually?
They died. S4 just killed him.
Oh, God. Well, he doesn't have his birds, so forget that point, but... We'll see if they can get some things going. They have lots of good damage with Pycat in this Drow aura. It's actually only 23 damage because Drow only has level 2 of his precision. He actually went for the max frost arrows, which is interesting to me because they went for a full-out Drow lineup, but we'll see. I mean, first step is to get some levels on this Venge, which he does have 6 right now.
Yeah, the Venge, she might die again. She does get 6 finally, but she will have to pay with her life for it, as she will fall. Puppy's still Moonlight Shadowed. Meanwhile, top lane, Arteezy blows up Loda. Pimp, that was his first miss kill. He was so upset, and he's been doing such an amazing job, constantly alerting us to the action. Pycat, Shackle Shot's gonna connect. The arrow just misses Pycat, and Pycat had a DD, able to get the kill easily. As for the birds going through, they can still fight if they would want to. Pycat gonna get Spirit Lance. He does have win run. He's got a power shot again. Get some vision. See what's going on. Decides not to fight, realizing that 2 of his heroes are down. Loda going down again, though, to Arteezy, and that is just... Loda is having one of those games. They're going to jump in. They're going to lasso onto Kuroki. They're going to keep him on the cliff. Arrow sailing through, missing completely. That was kind of a whiff. Shackle Shot doesn't connect. Kuroki still going to go down to the right click, and that's actually 2 big kills coming out from the side of Alliance. And also, by the way, Puppy's pretty low. They're chasing after Zai. He has Doppelganger. He's going to use it quickly. And they're going to swap out Pycat. He is going to get stunned, though, from the Boulder Toss. Long range, Mad Arrow, not going to connect. Zai still on the hunt. Spirit Lance is available. They're going to use it. He should fall. Boulder Toss onto Pycat again. They'll chase after them. Mad is about to fall. Zai can't get there in time. Big Cyclone coming in from S4 once more. The clap comes in. No, it was just the crit, actually, but now actually the frost arrows, the power shot, the slow was enough. The Firefly also doing a heck of amount of damage. Zai in some trouble. He's gonna have his almost his diffusal blade. He will not go down. He'll take care of some of these illusions, and finally the first semblance of a good fight. Oh, that arrow just missed on to Loda, but the first good fight for Alliance at 17 minutes comes in, and they get 1,000 gold off the back end of it, not including Arteezy's death.
Okay, I actually just pulled up the net worth chart, and because I always keep the last hits on for way longer than I probably should, but it's actually not too bad when I look at the individual net worth as far as the Wind Ranger and the Bat Rider. The Bat Rider is second overall. He's got 4 staff and a blink, and remember, we can never keep like totally count out lineups that are, you know, it's not crazy in the favor of Team Secret. Yes, they're up to about 8,000 net worth, but with the Batrider is always that chance to pick someone off right from the get-go,
right,
and immediately start the fight 4v5. And with a good start from Nikwa this game, there is that potential. There's a Moonlight Shadow here. I think
they're gonna head to Roche.
Oh no,
Pycat
he's got Requiem too.
He's in trouble. Requiem could go. He's gonna use it now. Pycat does avoid a lot of that damage. He's got a power shot. Arteezy flicks the cliff, misses the first raise. Roche still very low. Pycat might die to Roche if he's not careful. He will finally bring it down. Goes down to Roshan. Arrow coming in. Nikwa takes the Aegis though. And he's in some trouble. He does have Firefly. Zai going to work on Nomad. That's a nice, I guess, kill. They've already killed 3 on the backside as they've gotten a couple. Ake gonna just get forced away by Nikwa. He's gonna get hightailed out of there. He's got his Firefly up. Ake looking for the soul section. He'll find it onto S4. They're gonna back away. Nikwa and the rest of the squad lose 3 in the process, although Pycat goes down to Roche, but they do get the Aegis and they do get the Roshan. That is something that they can at least celebrate for Alliance.
I think the last auto attack on the Pycat was a bash, like from Roshan. Yep. Oh my god, because if he gets that Aegis, he'll be able to still respawn and fight maybe. Could have been way different. That's so unfortunate. Oh man, that really sucks. I mean, also the Requiem from Shadow Fiend was like really far away, so it didn't do that much damage.
Yeah.
Arteezy couldn't exactly predict the movements of where Wind Ranger was going to walk, so he just wanted to cast it and be secure just a little bit of damage in the slow, but maybe if we walked up.
Oh, what last of this could be. Arteezy in trouble, doesn't have a BKB, he does have a Yule's. Loda does get an arrow, power shot going into Arteezy. He's so low, Soul Assumption will secure the kill. Requiem doing no damage. Zai jumps in, Doppelganger's away, Ake will probably fall. Meanwhile, Pycat getting telekinesis. Zai gets a double kill. His illusion army going to work. There's so many units. The micro is real. Pycat wind run in 3 seconds. He's gonna have to use it if he wants to survive. And he'll pop it off. He might get to the high ground and stay alive. From up in the air is going to be Batrider cycloned up. And actually, Pycat surviving. Buyback coming in from Loda, but what can he do? Another Spirit Lance onto Nikwa. Nikwa getting chased down. Power shot, I think, just clipping Zai. He's going to get caught out by the familiars. Arrow's going to miss. Puppy, not on point. Shackle shot at Zai. Doesn't latch. Doppelganger's away. Stays alive. Spirit Lance could be there. Kuroki still focus fire. Not exactly the damage ability he wants. He'll back away. They lose Arteezy. They get a couple of kills in the process. I think they only got Loda. And they'll smoke and Moonlight out. Power shot snipe coming out from Pycat. Just the tip, and they get the kill onto poor Zai, who thought he was alive for sure. But nope, you're dead, buddy.
All right, Pycat's a hell of a player. He is really performing this game. Obviously, Nikwa's having a great game on the Batrider too. With that, it really started for him, at least personally, with that haste rune bottom. I mean, Phantom Lancer Zai was still doing very well in lane, but oh no, Loda, he's pinged out. There's an aggressive ward here just about to fade. He just fought back too. Oh, and he gets arrowed, and then the Fence is sitting right next to him, so he can't swap him out.
Kuroki actually might die. They keep Loda alive. It's really good response time from Alliance. That looks like, you know, Loda was gonna die there, but just everybody from Alliance in the right place at the right time. 600 gold, 1200 experience. That ain't nothing. That's
really huge that Loda lived there, because if he died, his item correction just goes to pot, we'll say. Which isn't really there at all anyway. I mean, he's got 3 Wraith Bands and Treads at 21 minutes. And this is a hero that you really ideally want to snowball, because yes, he can do tons of damage in the late game, but he becomes very easy to kill. And you want to press towers, push towers with this hero, but look, they actually don't have a single tower down.
And how do you get gold? I mean, he dies so often. And with that, like you said, as a Drought Ranger, you want to snowball. Like, what's going to happen when he does get his first big item? Like, is he going to be able to survive still? Like, does he need, like, a BKB? Is an SMY really useful at, like, 25 to 30 minutes into the game?
A BKB is not going to stop you from getting arrowed, and honestly, a lot of his deaths have been just from random arrows. Like, this one that happened in the middle of a team fight that went through creeps and past the tower and then hit him. He's gotten arrowed a number of times, so yeah, exactly, right. Right like that. And that was a very devastating one. He just needs to be a little bit more aware of where the arrows are being shot from, cognizant of it, and try to stand behind creeps and whatnot. Maybe let someone else take the arrow, but he cannot get arrowed. It's also very devastating if he dies first, because then his entire team loses out on the damage buff from his aura.
Right now, though, it does feel like Pycat and Nikwa are carrying this game, with Ake providing a lot of backline artillery. Like, those Soul Assumption bombs are huge, and the Familiars, too, also give them a lot of lockdown. So I mean, it feels like they're still in this. Oh, Arteezy walks into the Sentry. Loda TP's out. With him TPing away, they don't want to actually try to fight this, because if they did, maybe Zai stays bottom. I'm not sure when Zai TP'd. It looks like he's already at the ancient stack, so he probably TP'd a while ago. But those illusions were going to work. Now everyone from Secret on the hunt. Ake doesn't have a TP. He doesn't have enough money for it. Mad just TP'd, but it got canceled or something. He was TPing right here, and then all of a sudden it's on cooldown, and he's not where he should be.
He must have canceled it. They're actually going to try to do something onto Arteezy here. He's pretty tanky, and he's got his entire team behind him, so this could be very risky. We'll see. It's daytime for, I guess, 2 more minutes, so it's not going to be...
Arrow, it's going to hit Pycat. He is in trouble. Requiem's going to go. Nope. Instead, he raises. They will get the kill. No, he wind runs just in time, but he does get right-clicked. They even split for that. Zai... No, he's not involved. He's actually just farming it up. And that's actually the biggest kill that I think you could get as Secret. I mean, it's a mid lane Wind Ranger. And Pycat had his Aghanim Scepter. And that was huge. Well, he's close, I should say. I don't think he... Yeah, he actually has a full Ags. Arrow not going to connect to Nikwa. Yule's first. They're going to back away. Mad's on the backside. Arteezy sees him. He's going to get Magic Missile. Arteezy has no blink. He's already used it. He's going to get lassoed back. Familiar's doing a lot of work in the clap, but Arteezy's dead again. He has 6 deaths this game, despite how fast of a start he might have had. He's got a free to get away. And they will get the arrow, I believe, on demand. The clap's going through as well, but it's just not enough. The Fade Bolt coming through. What a mech from Ake. They're turning the fight around. 2 dead. Zai nowhere near to fight. Kuroki on his broom, flying around as the Bat Rider, but he'll go down as well. Nikwa gets the dominating spree. He gets the kill on Kuroki. They chase away Puppey. And suddenly, with those 3 kills, that is a lot of gold going the way of Alliance. That is 3.2k gold and 5k experience. They'll take that any day of the week. Dear Lord.
Yeah, and I could be wrong, but since the Precision Aura lasts for 30 seconds, it's a long time. And since you resummoned the bats, he actually does a ton of damage twice in 2 rounds without having to use the Stone Form on the Visage Familiars. And yeah, Ake with some clutch mech play. This is not a hero that you typically see rush the mech because you want that axe, but yeah, we should see a replay of that. That was a pretty damn good fight for Alliance.
Yeah, and we're going to send it right over to Pimp. Pimp, what's up with that last fight, my friend?
Alright, I just want to quickly mention this because it was a crazy chaotic fight, but what really turned this fight around was Arteezy, like we see like we see right now, was actually using his heals, and he was blinking back. Now, Mad was AFK there in the secret shop for, in the side shop for like 2 minutes or something. He finds Arteezy, they've got a lasso, and a whole lot of secret. They were absolutely like buffled. They had no idea what to do, and they rush into the fight. They get absolutely shredded because of some amazing bird micro. I just want to say, Ake isn't going to be using the second burst, so now he resummons them right here. This is clutch, actually. And then he does the damage because he knows exactly how tanky this bench is. This is just the signs of a great support, and he's very experienced. So with that, well, everything goes south. And back to you guys on the live broadcast.
Yeah, that's a 12k net worth lead for Secret, but there is still a very good chance Alliance could get back into this with plays like that. Those bird plays, you don't expect them, but when you do have the precision aura like you were talking about, when you have a Wind Ranger getting Ags now with level 3 focus fire, the damage is real. And it all comes down to Nikwa's lassos, I believe. So Secret, they have this huge advantage, but can they actually capitalize on it is the real question. Let's check out these Drow win rates.
That's funny, that stat with Drow Wind Ranger, because it buffs up Wind Ranger so much, and that since Wind Ranger does so much damage with the Axe upgrade for his ulti, I would think that it would be devastating if you can just get someone in a shackle. Like, watch this, if he grabs him right here with a Wind Ranger ulti, it's gonna hurt so much.
Wow. Oh my god, you weren't kidding. Hurt him so much is an understatement. More like kill him dead. Goodbye, S4. He has a Stout Shield still. No, it's just the Ogre Club, but he does also have Drunken Brawler, so that's something.
If Pycat can muster up the gold for a MKB sometime this game, then that Panda is never going to be a problem, because the only thing that Panda has going for him in the duration of a Bat Lasso is his natural evasion. But if you can cut right through that, he will die actually twice as fast as that
Dire's top tower
with just 2 heroes.
Literally half a second and he's dead. I think also the issue is kind of Zai getting big though. Like that's the one problem Alliance have. I mean, they've dealt with Arteezy, they've dealt with S4, but the entire time the plan has probably been, okay, just make room for Zai. We don't need to fight now. We can if we want to. Ake's gonna get arrow, but whatever, that doesn't matter. Agents is picked up for Pycat. So Alliance are like, yeah, we're getting these big victories, but how do we deal with Zai later on? I guess Maelstrom is one of those ways, but they're going to have to find another way to maybe get a lasso. I mean, it's so hard with Doppelganger and all of his abilities and his Manta style as well. So Zai is becoming a presence. He's becoming the top of the net worth. He's actually just behind Arteezy, who now has a Scotty.
Yeah, the Mjolnir is going to be really helpful in trying to kill the illusions before they kill your supports. Batrider can do a good job about clearing them too, and then like the Firefly, or not the Firefly, but the Flame Break's actually a really good spell for that because it just disjoints everything. Tons of illusions going crazy, dashing through, and then being able to stop that and stun just a little bit to kind of find the real one is a very effective tool. The big thing is like the Drow Ranger needs to be very careful of his positioning. Like either he buys a, I think he really needs to blink this game. I think he needs to somewhat go on both the offensive and defensive with that kind of item. He has the Yasha now, so finally upping his agility just a little bit more. It's only 50 damage though increase per position for him. But really, it's funny that the Drow Ranger and the Visage combination in the kind of mid to late game stages of the game, it's kind of like the Visage carrying the Drow in a sense, with the extra damage you get on the familiars. So
I mean, we've seen it before.
Yeah.
Like Zai getting an Assault Cuirass, for example, and like a Desolator, or some ridiculously freaking unbelievable items. Like, well, I guess he's just gonna carry now. Armor reduction, sure. Why don't we go for that? Why don't you get a rapier while you're at it, Zai? My lord. But
yeah,
Ake's got to finish his axe first, and he's getting there.
The net worth is scary. Like obviously, Zai and Arteezy are pretty far ahead of anybody. The thing is that Arteezy is very killable. I mean, we've seen that this game. He is, no matter how much net worth he gets, no matter what other items he gets, he will die in one lasso. No doubt about it. I'm not so sure that, one, you can kill a Phantom Lancer in a lasso. I guess you probably can, but the problem is it's much harder to isolate him than it is to isolate a Shadow Thief.
Well, that's the difference in playstyles, though. When we see Secret pick up like a tempo controller for Zai, they're kind of playing around Arteezy. That's not the case this game. He's kind of doing his own thing for a lot of the time, and it's worked out in the early game. But now, I mean, he's getting killed. But it looks like they don't give a damn. They're like, all right, Artur, we'll see you later, buddy. We're gonna take care of this with Zai later on down the line, which is the crazy thing, and it honestly could work out for Secret.
Was that pod multi a misclick or something? It didn't look like they were gonna go for any kills, and I guess the map is black, but seems to make a very awkward usage. But anyway, Matt is up here. He's actually TPing bottom. Do they have a smoke on anybody? I'm checking inventories. It doesn't look like it, but maybe it looks like they want to get their first objective of the game. Mid, Pycat gets arrowed. Here comes S4 actually with an Invis room.
Windrun's gonna go. He has no other positioning other than Windrun, no force staff, but they can't actually go for the kill. They have no idea where the players from Alliance, except for Loda, are, who is bottom. They could have jumped. They could have had Arteezy jump in with his Yule Scepter. They probably could have gotten that kill if they weren't so passive about it, but Pycat is he's pretty slippery. He'll back up towards that bottom line, and this could be it. Like you said, the first objective, the tier 1 tower, is it there for Alliance? This is where the gold's going to come from, these towers and a couple of fights as well. But you still have to deal. You're going to have to TP back top it here in just a second and deal with Zai's Manta style, deal with his illusions. Otherwise, he's going to cripple their base. They're taking the tier 2 mid. They blink away. Shackle shot from the backside. That was almost amazing for Pycat. That would have been something else. But he does finish up his Mjolnir. He has his Aghanim Scepter. 31 minutes in. This game felt like it could have been over at, 30, maybe even 25. But Alliance have made some really solid plays to stay in this one.
Yeah, this is the one problem with Phantom Lancer, though, is like, compared to the old Phantom Lancer, you can't rat as well at all. Those illusions stay for what, like 5 seconds or 6 seconds?
4, I believe.
It's very, very low. The ones we saw just then hitting the tower, that was only just because they were, I believe, Manta illusions. Yeah, which obviously stay a lot longer. Full butterfly completed for PL, so he's very, very buff. But again, his ratting capabilities are not what they used to be. So it's not like, oh, he can just rat this out. They can never catch him. It's really hard. Yes, he can to some extent, but the problem is he has to stay there constantly. Whereas the old one can kind of boots and travel around. He could almost sustain an entire lane with illusions if he plays his cards right and gets lucky.
Yes.
But here we go. Offensive ulti from Arana, perhaps. And we'll see.
Very quickly, oh, actually, hold on. Nico's looking for a target, and he might find Croaky. Telekinesis, arrow's gonna come through. They do land it. They're gonna get this kill. He is gonna die so quickly. Batrider, you're not flying uphill. Sorry, bud. Phantom Rush with an illusion towards the familiars. Like you said, it's very hard to sustain a push with just illusions, because the illusions that are created by other illusions only last for 4 seconds with juxtapose, whereas illusions created by Phantom Lancer last 8 seconds, plus the doppelganger illusions are also 8 seconds. So this might be an easy kill for Arteezy. Only does like half of his health, and now Pycat's gonna turn it on. The Mjolnir's gonna go. The Spirit Lance, the clap. He almost gets Arteezy, but the entirety of Secret gang up on him, surround him, and they beat him up like a freaking schoolyard fight. And they're gonna keep going down mid and look for a tier 2 tower.
Ooh, that's really bad. He doesn't even have buyback. He just bought his whole Mjolnir too.
Yep.
Bat Rider dead. Bat Rider will be up in 18 seconds, but they don't have the damage with Pycat dead, even with Bat Rider up, I don't think. I mean, maybe the Vistas Mjolnirs can do some work, which I guess they probably can, but okay, they're gonna take the safe route. They don't know for sure. I don't think the Wind Ranger has buyout. I mean, yeah, she did just buy her Mjolnir, but she's been farming pretty well, so maybe they just don't know. But
by the way, Arteezy's going Assault Cuirass. What do you think about this pickup coming out from the Shadow team?
I think it's fine. I think he wants to take up.
I mean, it's certainly going to help again. The right clicks from Pycat, it's like he's got flashbacks. He's got PTSD at this point because he's been taking too much damage. And Assault Cuirass, like you said, it's going to help. It'll keep him alive.
It's going to help his team too, like buff up their armor, but it's also going to help them push. So I think it's a fine item.
Yeah, no problems there. Moonlight Shadow's going to go. They have a gem, so they have really good map control right now. There is one Observer Ward that is about to fade, and that's it. I think they saw it, though, as Pip pointed out. Mad's on the retreat. Very good map awareness coming out from Alliance, or a bit of a misplay coming out from Secret. That could have been huge. They would have been circled in mid, and well, once that happens, it really comes down to Alliance. I think, again, because they have the Bat Rider, it's up to them to get the initiations. If the Bat Rider can't find the pickoff, or if Secret are initiating, then it becomes a huge issue.
I'll tell you what's a huge issue is this PL. They did also just smoke in mid, but I think that got spotted out too. There's this ward that's actually just going to fade right here in mid. But yeah, he's got a double damage on the PL with this butterfly ready to go. Purchased it only a few minutes ago and still has 3,200 gold. It's weird to say that Alliance can still burst anyone down with the right initiation, being down almost 20k. Yeah, just about 20k in net worth. And that just goes to show you how much damage a Wind Ranger can do with an Ags, plus the Drow Aura and a Bat Rider Lasso. But I mean, we'll see. They have to have a very good initiation, and they have to make sure the follow-up isn't on point from Secret.
By the way, both initiators coming out for both sides have BKBs. S4 has one and Nikwa has one, which for Nikwa, his biggest problem has been getting telekinesis in, and actually just he can't really force staff back while he's got that lasso target. So that'll provide him a way to move in and out of these fights and find a pick-off, where before he was getting just obliterated by telekinesis from Kuroki. Third richest PL of 6.83 at 35 minutes. The hero is 10 and 8 so far on his 6.83 return. I was going to say that seems like a small sample size. So yeah, I mean, but this is the crazy thing about this is that he was played in a role where, yes, he was in the safe lane, but he was against a Bat Rider. He was alone. He was a solo safe lane Phantom Lancer. And he's done very well for himself in spite of all that.
Yeah, and that's not to say that it's like, you know, oh, he had a bad lane. This is not, like, he's just overcome all odds. Like, the reason, excuse me, that they actually put him in that lane is because he can get rid of the stacks. The only reason he died is because the Bat Rider got a haste rune.
Yeah.
So that was just really unfortunate for him.
And then also Ake rotated over, but
yeah.
No, I mean, that's unavoidable. Right, it's not the worst lane in the world, and he's done very well. Still impressive. Not a hero that we've seen too much of. Like you said, he just picked up the butterfly and he gets 5k gold. Although Alliance are pushing pretty quickly, we know what the Drow Ranger could do with a Wind Ranger on the map with Focus Fire, but they're going to fight mid, it looks like. Nikwa's here, Firefly. Blank Lasso is going to go. S4 will get his BKB off, but that's not going to matter if they right-click him. Clap's going to go. BKB to Nikwa, I believe, just went as well. Split's going to go. They're going to push him into the base. Meanwhile, Tier 3 tower bottom, Zai is going to work. Tier 3 is not going to stand for long, and suddenly, for Alliance, they have no clip and their base is being destroyed. the PL, the illusions. Oh my lord, but top lane, Pycat is going to work. They'll take down a tier 3 and they actually get the melee racks. So it's a melee racks for a full range racks here, a full set of racks. Zai will right click it once, he'll doppelganger away. Can they grab him is the question. No mana for swap as his illusions went on top of Mad. He's like, please, I just want to bring you back. Nico has no lasso. Flame Break pushes him back. Doppelganger's up. Mantis again. Kuroki's nearby. Can he actually just 1v5 them? Absolutely not. Too much damage. Kuroki blinking away. PL buys back. Interestingly enough.
They want to defend this Roshan, I believe. So they want to make sure
he
they
gets
can
a
secure
BKB
it.
too. Yeah, it is up now. You're right. What a weird, like that was just the weirdest set of fights.
I mean, that was
bottom
really
lane, top
smart,
lane.
really smart play from Pycat. Like being able to, he realized that they can't fight him head on like that with the Panda ulti up in the air and PL getting his illusions going and whatnot. So they got actually a very decent trade out of that, all things considered. I don't know if they're going to be able to fight here at Roshan, though. It's going down relatively fast. Obviously, they know it's there because a bird just stopped. And here comes Batrider. No, it's just too late.
Cheese is going to be grabbed by Arteezy. They will give the Aegis to Zai. And with a set of racks going down mid, if they could just find one more fight, I think Alliance, they might tap out. Secret will try to push down mid, I think. Maybe keep one hero or two heroes in another lane to try to ride it out because they have the illusions. Air's going to sail through. They see it coming from a long way. Everyone's behind the racks. The line side, they're not peeking their head. They're not showing their hand when they don't need to. Manta Illusion's clearing out the creep wave. They're going to try to go on one of these familiars. It's going to have to stomp. Do they have a resummon? No, it's down for 140. He just resummoned it. So if these familiars go down, that's a big part of their damage gone. Zai's going to move right up to the high ground again. He has the Aegis. They don't care if they bait him out. He doppelgangers. Meanwhile, BKB's popped in the back lines. I think I heard BKBs. Arrows do connect onto Pycat. He's going to get spots out. There's the BKB. The Bruise still has it up. He's also split up. Nico BKBs. He gets the last one to Arteezy. They can't get any damage. The tier 3 gone. Kuroki getting right click. The Pycat is already dead. He'll have to buy back Zai. Now surrounds Loda. He doesn't know where to go. And he just dies under the shadow of the tier 4 tower. Pycat gets Spirit Lance. Zai has a double kill. Arteezy low in life, but Ake in trouble. Blink forward. Ake's gonna fall. 3 dead, 4 dead, 105 seconds. That'll be it. Neek with the only surviving member of Alliance. What a disaster it's turned into in these last couple of minutes. They've been down the entire game. They will finally call GG, but Secret just overwhelmed them. Zai getting an ultra kill at the end of the game because he was super farmed. He took over. They said, screw you, Arteezy. We don't need you, buddy. We got Zai. We got the next best thing. And he turned out to be quite the force for Secret in that game.
Yeah, Arteezy's mid-game feeding was kind of out of control that game. And, I mean, the damage from Alliance was really strong. Like, they had the potential there. They just